taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Dr. Chad on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's Monday, March 10th, 2025. Another day, another sell-off. Dow futures down 500. NASDAQ futures down 348. S&P futures down 84. VIX up almost 13%. 26.4. So all gains from Friday completely wiped. For my 1 DTE, I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing for a while now. I'm going to give it a little bit of time in the morning just to make sure we're not, as soon as it opens, then, first 15 minutes are a 50-point move or something. So volatility the way it is, just going to play things a little safer. Lots of news this week, however, none today. But so I'm going to predict that it seems like Mondays with no news ends up being a wild day. So I'm going to predict some wild price movement today. And then Wednesday is CPI, Thursday's PPI, which TLC wise, I've had some pretty good CPI, PPI days over the last few months. Of course, that was a little bit different environment, but a lot of pre-market movement has led to not very much daytime movement, but we'll have to see this week if that holds true or not. No, Abash. My 1 DTE is there's a video in the trades plans that describes it. It's under, the link is under my TLC course. Bell is rung. S&P down 79, NASDAQ down 361. VIX at 26.35. S&P futures pushing up. However, the S&P is pushing down. Yeah, SMCI pushing up here out of the gates. S&P coming down. Again, I'm just going to hold off on my one DTE here for about 15 minutes and kind of evaluate what's going on. You can get a 300 wide, 300 point wide at one DTE right now. Jesus. Wow. So tempting, eh? But we've had a, let's see, we've had a, about a 30 point move down already in 3 minutes. S&P down 91. Another good old fashioned sell off. 30 point move down. Lovely. That is lovely. Home Depot somehow in the green. Nvidia trying not to push down like some of these others. Apple, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, all pushing down. Coin. We get a little chop out of the gate. I'll probably put on a one DTE. And if we don't, if it's just directional, I'll just hold off on it. So I'll give it 3 or 4 bars here and I'll just kind of evaluate every bar. Just gonna see where it's at. We'll see if the S&P can keep this bar green or not. PL, looks like PLTR is going to get a large volume bar. Morning, Moel. No one DTE for me yet. I'm just going to kind of give it a few bars here to see what we got going on, making sure it doesn't just push one direction for out of the gates so far. S&P is trying to hold a green bar here. PLTR is getting a big volume bar to the downside. Trading the 4 days to expiration option chain. And I would trade the 79 puts. Jump in here. Filled at 375. PLTR. As it's popped up just a little bit. And I would close half at 415. Steve says CELH volume. I've never traded that. So PLTR and your pretty classic volume runner. Second bar bigger than the first and in the same direction. So S&P got one green bar. So the S&P trying to push back up to where it opened. Apple, Tesla staying weak. Need PLTR to start coming down here. PLTR is testing my line in the sand. It's for a volume runner. It's always the top of the price bar that has the big volume bar. So it's already pushed past that. So I'm going to give it just a second. Kind of looking at Tesla as a little downside continuation. but I'm going to hold off on it and kind of just wait and see here. Apple could be another one. Apple's not really. Oh, wow. PLTR pushed up. Yeah, that's not very good. Let this bar finish in PLTR. So I'm just going to let this bar finish out. Go ahead and put my 1 DTE on as well. Look at that Apple. Could not push up at all. All right, filled on my 1 DTE. So let me post that. At PLTR, yeah, it needs to come down. It went past my line in the sand. So, all right. Got my OCO order in on my 1 DTE now. So good there. PLTR coming down now finally a little bit. It did push up above my line in the sand, so I want to see it still keep coming down. Yeah, Apple just straight down. Tesla down at lows of day. PayPal staying strong. And PLTR got really underwater quick because of that push up. Need to kind of make a decision here on PLTR. It's right at my line in the sand. Guess I'll let this bar finish. It's not exactly the sight you want to see on a volume runner, what it's doing. But this bar closes here in about 5 seconds, and then if it comes down, we'll be fine. If it starts to come up at all, probably just exit. AMD staying strong, just nothing but green bars on that one. Just pushing straight up. So some interesting price movement here. Got a couple. PayPal's the same thing, just straight up. And then you got Apple and Tesla and some of these others pushing down. Not sure what's gotten into AMD, but it's straight up. Need PLTR to come down to lows of day. That would be fabulous. Definitely missed out on Tesla and getting in Apple. Man, really got underwater there in PLTR, but it's coming down now. So, see, I got in at 375 and I have an order at 415 to close half. So, unfortunately, on these two red bars, I didn't profit at all from them, really. Going through lows, Tesla, Apple. AMD pulling back a little bit. So did PayPal. If anybody's brave enough to get long. Fortunately, PLTR is about where I got in. Looks like the S&P is coming down to lows of day. And so is PLTR. Still have not hit my first profit target, though, unfortunately. Coinbase getting a mighty 90 long. But it's down 9%. I'm going to look to get short Apple here on the 227.5 puts. And filled at 330. 227.5 puts, filled at 330. You know, we get out a half at 395. You can definitely get a better fill than I got. Tesla was another one that was an option to get short. And Coinbase said that mighty 90. For it being that weak, I just don't trust it. So S&P staying pretty choppy, really. Yeah, Tesla. Looks like Tesla was the one I should have chosen. So underwater here now, an Apple, unless it comes back down. SMCI is up over 2%. All right, need to see some down movement back down for Apple. Coin flushing. Yeah, see Tesla. That would have been the one, darn it. Come on. PLTR through lows of day. Now I need that from Apple. S&P down to lows of day. Mm, mm. Apple did not come down. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, Tesla would have been a nice one. AMD not strong anymore. Nvidia through down the lows of day. Come on, Apple. Man, PLTR came down. Did not hit my profit target. S&P now down at lows of day. Down 100. I've got an order at 395 to get out of half my Apple. Tesla down over 8%. Amazon flushing. Come on, let's hit some profit targets. This flush happening, I want to be taking advantage of it, but Apple's trying to not go through lows of day. PLTR is coming down to Friday's low. Mm, man, I just picked the wrong one. Apple instead of Tesla. A lot of 90/90s shaping up. Another one in coin. One in Tesla now. One in Uber. Mm, mm. Dow down 500. Apple trying to get through lows for me. AMD all the way back down. PayPal as well. Boy, this is brutal. Apple and PLTR. Nvidia down to 108. Man, when do you start buying up some Nvidia? Jeez, Apple. Brutal. Back underwater in Apple. AMD through lows of day. Wow. Coinbase. It's got a mighty 90 long, but man, it just looks better to a downside than it does looking like it's gonna bounce. So I would tend to get short there, even though it has a mighty 90 long. But Uber falling through lows. Watching Tesla, see if it bounces up a little bit. VIX right up at highs of day. Pretty tough price action here. Well, I shouldn't say tough price action. I just haven't gotten in the right ones. PLTR just does not want to go down through Friday's low. All right, I'm gonna be aggressive here on Tesla and looking at the 240 puts. See if I can get filled at 980. Trying to get filled at 980 in Tesla. Filled at 990 Tesla. A little downside continuation. I would close half of my Tesla at, put in an order at 1080. PLTR has fallen asleep. Apple, honestly, is kind of falling asleep as well. Tesla, trying to help us out. Again, I got an order at 1080. Let's get out of half my Tesla. Wow, Uber just straight down now. S&P coming down to lows of day. Finally hit a profit target, Filled at Tesla at 1080. Wow, that just for being a down day, the market's being down so much, and I'm short three stocks. That was really a struggle to hit a profit target. Close another Tesla at 1180. PLTR coming back down to lows. So I needed to break through those lows. It bounces. Oh, there it goes. It looks like it's trying to break lows now. Build at 415 to close half my PLTR. Good things come to those who wait. Close another PLTR at 450. Now, can I get out of half my Apple, please? Oh, you know what? I got my profit target wrong in Apple, I believe. Should be 365, right? I got in at 330. Yeah, should be 365. What was I doing? Getting out of half my Apple? I did a 395 for some reason. Go to 365 to close half of Apple. I get it out of another Apple at $4. And PLTR bounced. I guess Tesla did too. Back down there, PLTR. So a lot of these stocks touched through lows of day and then now have bounced. I'm gonna go ahead and look at closing my PLTR here. Just not acting like a volume runner should. Trying to get out of my PLTR. I cannot get out. Go to 350 to close PLTR. Just not acting like a volume runner should be acting. So I'm exiting that one. So $75 winner on that volume runner. Well, in terms of TLC, we're getting about to be that time. I mean, there has been some nice price has been between it's been in about a 45-point range all day. So I'm guessing if you can get let's see how wide of an iron condor we can get here. Like 200 points probably would be a good entry, but I'm just going to make sure it doesn't break through lows here. S&P down 107. Oh, I mean, of course, PLTR just immediately reversed when I got out of it. I knew it was going to do that. Nvidia coming down to lows of day. Apple at lows of day. One DTE actually is doing okay. Probably because it's so wide. It's only down a little bit. And there goes PLTR down to lows through lows of day. Imagine that. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Immediately upon exiting, straight down. Hopefully, some of you kept your PLTR and thought I was crazy by getting out of it. Honestly, I'm not sure if anybody's even listening to me. Everybody asleep today? There's a Bosch. Well, all right. There we go. Everybody's waking up. Watson. Zzz. That's funny. I mean, I'm green. If I close my day trades out, I'm green right now. It's just honestly, that TLC trade doesn't look bad right now if you can get 200 wide. VIX has been choppy. Apple bouncing now. We ever would get a bounce, it really helped my one DTE. Like I said, I'm not down that much on my one DTE. S&P down 110, NASDAQ down 573. Wow. Meta coming down through lows. I bet when the market rebounds, it doesn't take long for it to rebound. But I did okay last week. I think I ended up making like 9 grand. But I can tell you, I don't necessarily love trading in this environment. I did place a one DTE every day last week. That hasn't happened in a while. All right, S&P through lows of day. VIX at highs of day. A nasty sell-off today. Had a feeling this was going to happen over the weekend. It's like, I bet we open up low on Monday after that bounce. Now the one DTE is taking a little more heat. Well, the thing is about TLC, like, how bad would it be though? Like, it may not even be that bad because if you're 200 wide, I mean, it's only come down, that's only a 10-point bar. 160 wide now. Build at 1180 to close another Tesla. That's nice. I only got one Tesla left. Yeah, man, if you're a new trader, if you're new to navigation trading, just hang in there. Don't do anything that don't know what you're doing with the markets like they are right now. Apple needs to come down or it's going to suck away my profits. How did calendars do over the weekend? Just curious. Not good. Yeah, these big moves, I don't think they're good for calendars, right? SMCI came all the way back down through lows of day after being strong. Tesla popping back up. Don't like that. I've only got one left, so it's just sucking profits away. See, I see. There's a bounce in the S&P. It'd be right back to dead center if you entered a TLC 10 minutes ago. It's really in a pretty tight range right now. It is trending down though. The S&P is, and so if it continues trending down, it would basically come down to could you book 20% before it got too off centered, and if it keeps and then if it has a big drop, it would potentially stop you out. But how quickly could you book 20% would be the key right now. But I think I'll just go ahead and wait a little bit yet. If we can catch a little bounce, then maybe it would be time to enter. But trending down, probably wait just a bit. Tesla just taking away all my profits. I'm still not sold that Tesla's going to bounce, but as Chris would say, trending down day today. It would be nice to hit another profit target in Apple. I'm going to order at $4 to close another Apple. Extreme fear. Theta decay has been pretty good for the one DTE. I mean, it's got to bounce for me. If it bounces, it'll be in the profits. I'm only down $360. So it's trading at $10. I got in at 9.10 and my stop is at $17.10. So not even close to a stop. So with the slow trend down, there has been some theta decay. Apple coming down. Man, Apple was right at $4. Come on, hit my profit target for goodness sakes. Okay. I got out of another Apple at 395. S&P still coming down though. You gotta wonder though, when will people start buying some of these prices up? Well, close another Apple at 440. Actually, let's go 435. I'm gonna close my last Tesla here. Build at 990. Trying to get out of another Apple here. Build at 435 to close another Apple. Got three apples left. Get out of another one at 475. All right, so one DTE, yeah, needs a little. It's trading at 1090. I mean, it's still not nowhere even close to getting stopped, but could use a bounce. PLTR down through lows of day. Bummer. Big bummer. Build 475 to get out of another Apple. It's good to see. After I got out of Tesla, it reversed as well. NASDAQ down 660. Get out of another Apple at 515. Boy, I've gotten pretty windy today. I'm on here longer than normal. Yeah, good hold off on TLC, even with how wide it was. One DT is now at 1155, 1140, 1170. Yeah, my stop is 17 something. But if it keeps coming down, it'll get there quick. 1210. Meanwhile, this Apple trade is really profitable. Let's see. I've only got two apples left. So any sign of a bounce, I'm just out. I think Apple's coming down to Friday's low. I wonder if it'll bounce off that. Filled at 520 in Apple. So now I've got one left. How low can you go, Apple? I'm gonna order at 570 to close my last Apple. In fact, I think I'm just gonna close it. Just get out of it. 550. 545. 550. Which one? Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Build at 545. Get out of Apple. It's a beautiful winner. Not gonna be too greedy there with Apple. $895 winner on that one. Love it. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Yeah, no TLC. No TLC anytime soon here. Gonna need C. I mean, I just expect at some point it's gonna bounce, and it may bounce 50 points in 10 minutes. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll enter a TLC or when it's gonna be, but everyone be careful. Have a great day, and I'll see everybody at Power Hour. Peace.